Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Indianapolis Colts. A new era begins here in Indy as the Jags and Colts are underway to begin the new season. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. A man coming off an 1,100-yard campaign last year. Here's Travis Etienne.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Right open. Hey, here we go, baby. Here we go.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Now, 1 for 1, a lot more to go. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
They go play action now. Lawrence. Open man downfield is Duvernay.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he's stopped in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An out cut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Jags are on the board here first in the season opener.
Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run with the All-Pro from a couple of years ago, Jonathan Taylor.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Back to Taylor on 1st down.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
So this, a great matchup here in Indy. You get a divisional game right out of the gate. Charles, what do you see in store for these two teams in 2023?
Indianapolis trying to get themselves reestablished as a playoff team, but they've kind of hit the reset button a little bit. While Jacksonville, coming off of a big finish in 2022, they believe they're the team to beat in the AFC South.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Richardson out of the shotgun. That's caught. It's Josh Downs.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 40. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Street, street. Go.
Richardson.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
He was looking for Michael Pittman that time.
And it's 3rd down.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st.
Trap 60, trap 60.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. A throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch. Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap, came right back and threw one deep. hoping to catch them on their heels.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Lawrence. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up.
Come on. Hey, 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Oh, the option to give to Taylor here. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Ready.
3rd and 2.
Check. Mustang 19.
Now Richardson. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to again amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
A good position to be in here, second and inches. Here's Lawrence to throw.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut.
And the Jaguars are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Patterson now for the extra point.
He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Makes the score Jaguars 17, Colts nothing. Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to second and 15. There, Richardson back to throw it.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Richardson looking to throw this.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye Aluakan.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
It's fielded at the 45. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Hey, Lion! 11.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you're probably going to have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
Third down and 13. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that will continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
They're on 17-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're in a bit of a bind, a pretty big bind, down 20-0 as they start here on 1st and 10. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Again, it's Taylor.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
3rd and 3. Richardson off the play fake. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch,
And then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 34. Hey, they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in, because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback, that's excellent coaching. And how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
From the 6 now on 2nd and 3.
Open man right side is Ingram. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
3rd down and 1.
Hey, Jupiter.
Now Lawrence.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Trevor Lawrence.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Jaguars will extend their lead here just before halftime. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And a rout is on here in this first half.
Colts nothing. Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
Oh, he's intercepted again. It's Richardson's 3rd of the game.
And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
This taken in at the goal line.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
During the week, the special teams coach puts together a game plan that he presents to the head coach. And in every game plan, there's one big play that he points to the head coach and says, listen, when we need it, we can go to it. I think they did exactly that on that one.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late. That wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 8. Play action. Now Richardson. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 30. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10.
Now Richardson, he's going to keep it running right.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
Dragon 60. Go.
Now it's Richardson.
Throw taken in by Taylor left side. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Another completion there. And we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation, a top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key's going to be, will this team accept everything he brings to the game and adapt to it, not just necessarily plug him into something that he doesn't do well.
Matt Gay for the Colts field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good. And they'll make a small dent in that big deficit as it's down to 27. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity.
And oh, he coughed it up.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 5.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
This now a 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Josh Downs with his first career touchdown in his first career game.
And the Colts take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And the lead is down to 20. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
Now a throw here to his running back. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now Lawrence to throw. That's taken in by Duvernay.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down.
Running out of the gun with ETN.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And ETN going to have a Jags 1st down as he'll be taken down at the 46. On play action, Lawrence. They got a man downfield. It's Duvernay.
Touchdown, Jaguars.
Devin Duvernay.
46 yards.
And the Jaguars will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week 1 is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Foyesade American.
And the return will stop right around the 25. Or you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Now a 2nd and 6. They run the option left with Lawrence.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Trevor Lawrence.
A 21-yard touchdown run.
And the Jaguars are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into week 2. This has been an impressive week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
20-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
Josh Allen, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
60 Maverick! 60 Maverick!
Here's Richardson to throw. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Okay,
The Colts on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Downs going in motion right.
18 Rattler, 18.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down.
Bobcat!
4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Extra point try now for Patterson.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Jaguars 51, Colts 10. Logan Cook to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds they've had.
And now here is another interception. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. He just danced away from that one defender on his way to a gain of about 7 yards. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
3rd and 5. Here's Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Handoff running left is Etienne. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays. And they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though.
Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This taken in right around the goal line.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready?
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Let's go now.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 9.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
They work now on 2nd and 9. They run once more with Taylor.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Warriors 70.
Richardson to throw off play action.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
79 Broncos. 19 tight. 19 tight.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. And they take a knee.
Ready.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Hey, run.
And they will take a knee here.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed.